Patch 3.6 of Wuthering Waves is out now, and I finished the story and had some time to reflect on it. And I have to say, this story rubs me the wrong way. There are many things the 3.6 story gets right. Qingxiao's story, the mystery and intrigue of Xin and Jingron, keeping past characters around, and having some deep and interesting setup for the future. But it does almost as many things wrong. A long, drawn-out middle section, anticlimactic boss encounter, and underutilized characters. I don't know why 3.6 was structured this way. It's making the entirety of the storyline fall flat on its face, as the promises and teases set up in 3.5 don't come to fruition here. Nevertheless, there are still things you can find enjoyment in its narrative. So before we continue, greetings, I'm Seraphlor. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you're not new, welcome back. Let's discuss Wuthering Waves patch 3.6. Let's go over the positives first. I quite like Qingxiao as a character, and I like her story. Now, I fully understand that there are similarities between her story and Hiyuki's, but the differences are more pronounced than people think. Let's start where they're familiar. Both women are stoic, solitary sword masters who faced a tragedy in the past where they were unable to protect their people when they were needed most. Both of these failures, Yuan Fortress and Shinohara, led to an unprecedented amount of deaths, and these deaths weigh heavily on their consciousnesses. But I believe that's where the similarities end. I never got the impression that Qingxiao was trapped by her past in the same way Hiyuki is. While Hiyuki seems to be bound by her guilt to the point of self-destruction, Qingxiao channels her guilt outward towards protecting Xuanfang Hold and suppressing the negative emotions associated with her failures, as we see with her inner demon later in the story. Speaking of protection, their actions in their respective stories are different as well. Qingxiao goes out of her way to protect the people of Xuanfang at the cost of her own resonance energy. Whereas with Hiyuki, while she does protect the students of Star Torch Academy in her own way, you don't get the impression that she's doing it because she cares about them. Qingxiao, especially towards the end of the story, is always interacting with the NPCs of Xuanfang in one way or another. But Hiyuki hardly interacts with the students of Star Torch. Is Hiyuki going through the motions, protecting people because Lucilla requested it? Or is there genuine concern? Those answers aren't given from a first viewing of 3.3. Unlike Qingxiao, who you can clearly see, even if you skip cutscenes, that she cares deeply for the people of Xuanfang. Anyway, what I like most from Qingxiao in her role in the story is that she's shown both at her strongest and weakest. Barring 3.5, we still catch her aura farming and wiping out tacit discords like they're nothing, to the point where some parts of the story make Rover feel like they aren't necessary. During the story, there's a section where Qingxiao's resonance energy runs thin, and she's on the verge of collapse. The whole sequence where we're helping her get somewhere quiet to rest was touching, and it really humanizes her. Not only that, it helps make what she said about her being hot-headed in her youth make a lot of sense. The entire sequence between her and her inner demon implies this isn't Qingxiao's first song and dance with her alter ego, to the point where the moment she accepts her inner demon, the inner demon freaks out. It's a nice touch that shows that Qingxiao, even as an immortal, is still capable of growth. Overall, she's a great character, though I will say for some she may have overstayed her welcome. But I think that's more of an issue with the middle part of the story, not Qingxiao herself. Xin is still as mysterious as she was in 3.5, however she does make more appearances. She first appears in a flashback with Qingxiao, showing off her more playful side. It is here we learn that she's the one to convince her to protect Xuanfang Hold should disaster arrive. She doesn't appear again until after Muyu's defeat. but she does play a role in sending Rover and Qingxiao into the Xuanyuan domain, the area we spend the majority of the patch. Of course, we were sent there to defeat Muyu and prevent his actions from influencing the outside world, and of course, protect the piece of the civilization capsule that is the Xuanyuan domain. Jingron is another very interesting character who is woefully underrepresented. I don't want to go on a tangent now, so we'll save it for later. His active role in the story, the things Rover and the players see, is small, but behind the scenes he's instrumental into taking Muyu down. From infiltrating his inner circle, leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow, he also sees the opportunity to kill Muyu and even risk his life, opening a path for Rover and Qingxiao to reach him. He does a great job at being an intriguing supporting character, and this segue helps shed light on why he was so focused on Muyu in the first place. I don't feel like this is the last time we'll see Jingron with how everything is set up in the future. Speaking of keeping characters around, the story did great at keeping Yang Yang and Soy Soy around and not just discarding them for the new hot waifu. Yang Yang is actively fighting the TDs and coordinating with Xuanfang's military, and it's not just some off-screen random NPC bullshit. We actually see her in action throughout the story. Soy Soy we get to say a proper goodbye to when she leaves for Mengzhou, and when she contacts us at the end to give an update on the things she's learned since returning to the city. These are very intelligent and brisk ways of keeping characters around without bloating the story with unnecessary fat. Have a character leave, but let us say goodbye. Have a character fight with the military, but show them kicking ass. The story sets up a lot of interesting things for the future. Suo Ming makes her debut, and not only that, Chou Yuan and Yinlin return as well. It seems like something is going on in Mengzhou's capital proper, and it seems like whatever is causing the Sentinel's absence happened at the same time as Muyu's takeover of Xuanfang Hold. Whatever is going on, it seems like a massive conspiracy is about to erupt. Now, let's discuss the things I didn't like about this story. The middle part where we're on the cloud shuttles and using the flying swords to go from shuttle to shuttle overstayed its welcome. I think I rolled my eyes when we were in the Ren realm and we were told that there was another realm ahead before we could settle things with Muyu. I just wanted to quit, man. It was getting boring going through that area, and honestly, I don't even want to go back for any side quests. I'm good. I'll stay out in the only map we have for this region so far. Our final confrontation with Muyu was a little flat. Getting to him was awesome, and I liked the coordination of Jingron, Rover, and Qingxiao, but I think my issue is we know his full story, and it's not so different from when we encountered him in 3.5. Muyu just seems like he wants to be the one to steward the future of Mengzhou and not the Sentinel. He wants to be the one to figure out the secret of immortality and how the mecha puppets work, and create vessels like the cloud shuttles to create a lasting peace in Huanglong. He's unapologetically egotistical and doesn't feel bad about the lives he's ruined, which is good. I don't like modern villains who feel bad or are justified for their atrocities. I much prefer classic antagonists like Griffith and the Joker, but where Muyu fails is presentation. He has no sauce, no aura, and he's not entertaining when he's on screen. Thankfully, we're moving past him, and we can get to the bottom of the situation with Sheen. Finally, the most controversial part of the story is Jingron's lack of presence. Someone counted his screen time, and for a quest this long, he only appears for 20 minutes. That's pathetic for a playable character, regardless of what he did for the plot. It's almost insulting, and while I don't see it the same way as other people, I definitely understand why some people feel a certain type of way. But keep in mind, Luke had a segue quest and his was an hour long, and we get to learn a lot of lore about him and the Grand Architect. Not only that, Luke was in the main story as well, and he had quite a bit of screen time there too. Jingron was relegated to a 15-minute side quest. I have complained about segues in the past that should have been side quests, but here I feel like we should have gotten an hour-long story. Here, it feels like our relationship with Jingron is rushed, and we don't get the same care that we got with Luke. Anyway, overall, 3.6 is below average for Wuthering Waves' standards. It's less than the sum of its parts, which is more than what I could say for stories like 3.2. There are some good things here, but it's mostly on the strong character writing. And while Muyu is a weak antagonist, he's not an insufferable, wannabe anti-hero that modern writers are obsessed with. So he gets points for that. There are some things I didn't mention, like the Corda Savante and the Fraxidus Overseer Muyu was in contact with years ago, but one of those I feel like will be explained in a side quest, and another may be revealed in 3.7, so I don't want to discuss them just yet. That's all for me. What do you guys think about 3.6? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later.